this pops up. All ready.
Same.
How's it going, everybody? We're live. We're up. Hello.
Hi.
Vera, Laurie, lovely to see you. TTRPG night, it is indeed. Yeah, welcome back. Back here now, wonderfully, all together again, which is very exciting. We have our wonderful Ulf back. We definitely missed you. But yeah, very excited to get back into it again. We will jump back in pretty quickly because I think we have to finish up a little bit early tonight. Yeah. So we'll jump into the YouTube video in just a moment. But yes, thank you all for being here. And just a reminder that we are streaming on YouTube now as well. Finally got the upgrade to my internet properly working so that we are now dual streaming it. So if you whichever you prefer is entirely up to you. And also if you want to catch up or just rewatch all the episodes, they're also all up on YouTube as well. Anyway, we will jump into the YouTube video real quick. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Cool. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Echoes of Ragnarok. We are back with our amazing story, episode 11 of this incredible little TTRPG campaign using the age system based in my own world of Himgard. It has been a really and we are very excited to, after a few sessions absent, to have our wonderful Fraction Plays, our wonderful Ulf back. It's very exciting. But just quickly, let's go around. I am, of course, your heavy metal game master, Dragon Jane, and we'll just go around and introduce our players here, starting with Ada.
Hi, my name is Mootley, and I'll be playing Ada. Always trying to get revenge for somebody in some fashion, in some way, even if that includes tearing down their social standing and their entire career.
Frax?
My name is Fraction Plays. I am playing Ulf Sigurdsson. It's good to be back, first off. It is fantastic to be here. I am playing the traumatized PTSD surviving soldier.
Hell yeah.
Valid.
Cool. Mac.
Hey everyone, my name is Mac, or Forge Father Mac on any social media. I'll be playing Hugo, a dwarf with issues.
Aren't they all? And Rogue, last but not least.
Hello, I am the overworked rogue. I play Eric of Midgard, and he is the depressed walking corpse. Not literally, he just looks like one.
Victorian child.
Father.
I am over 20 years old in this campaign. I am a grown-ass man.
This gives off like Sir Pentus, but slightly browny, mouse brown hair.
Do not compare me to Penchy Boy.
In his
I
human
am
form.
way cooler than him.
In his human form.
This campaign has been hella fun. I've been really enjoying it, and it's been very exciting getting to where we are now. But with that all said, let's go ahead and jump in to tonight's episode of Echoes of Ragnarok. We get it back. And welcome back. So, who would like to recap our last session?
You betrayed us.
I think the betrayer can recap the session.
Oh,
Yeah, why would
so
we do
much.
anything for you?
That's a good point. So, last we left our intrepid heroes, after a few inciting events throughout the town, the party discovered that there seemed to be some sort of plot surrounding Arnold Gunderson, who is a young prodigal composer. He scoring yourself some tickets through a traveling mead merchant from Midgard. You found your way towards the Vartengard Amphitheater, where you were presented with a show of some special arcane magnificence through some quite delightful music, but also what appeared to be some illusory spectacle presented through the music in some sort of arcane fashion.
Yeah, it was all right music.
At which point, a number of the audience, including our own Ada, may have been overcome by sudden homicidal rage. At which point, a number of fights broke out, and in the chaos, a number of masked figures made their way towards the stage, attacking the guards and attempting to kidnap Arnold. Upon defeating these masked assailants, Eric made his way to the changing room of Arnor, finding another masked assassin or thug waiting to attempt, seemingly trying to either interrogate or escape with the young composer. He managed to get away, but was caught further down the tunnel. At which point, Olaug, our lovely music-obsessed elven friend, showed up and essentially told Eric, who was staying behind with Arnor, to go after his friends. And then once Eric had arrived, it was only when Eric arrived at the assassin's location that it was revealed that Oleg was the man who had hired this assassin.
He betrayed us, gang. Shame him. Shame him for his crimes. The Music Man was evil.
The Music Man was evil.
And didn't you leave him with the person we were supposed to protect after we left you with them as well?
Okay, technically, you didn't leave shit. You ran right past me.
Yeah, you were supposed to take care of them.
Yeah, let's be clear. Eric's never gonna trust anyone that he doesn't frequently know ever again, and he is never leaving his patient. Screw you guys. You could be dying. I'll get to you next.
Specialization unlocked. Anxiety.
Paranoia, more like.
Scrolling back a little bit, out in the amphitheater, Ulf, you pace the like one of the levels of this amphitheater. There is blood running across the stone floor. Your newly gifted sort of long knife, short sword blade in your hand, still dripping. The smell of gun smoke is in the air. And you look around at the faces as these hooded, like masked faces lying on the ground, eyes staring blankly into the sky. People, you can hear guards from up in the main chamber starting to shout, and sort of raised voices as people are starting to, the staff are starting to fan out and secure the area. Looking up to the balcony above you, you see Sigrid sort of leaning over the balcony, just sort of watching everything, a rather large revolver in one of her hands. She's just sort of scanning the empty amphitheater that is partially littered with bodies. You've seen, throughout the fighting, you did see your comrades, so Ada, and at least you would have seen Ada and Hugo fighting at the stage before disappearing through backstage. What would you like to do?
Ulf takes a quick glance around his surroundings to see if there was anyone else potentially ready and armed to attack after he feels safe enough. Charges straight towards where his companions went through.
Cool. Looking around, roll me a perception check, please.
That is an 11.
11. Cool. Looking around, there's no, like, beyond the commotion that you can hear up in, like, the main chamber. When you entered into the amphitheater, you know that the room that you came through, there is more or less a gallery, as part of the entrance to this area. It's like a ballroom almost, but filled with various art pieces and statues. But looking around at the moment, beyond the noise from further up, which you can see as she looks over, Sigrid like slips this revolver away and turns, just sort of gives you like a curt nod. And you see what you're starting to recognize with Sigrid is her, almost like her diplomacy mask slips into place as she turns, and this rather intense, firm, stoic visage like softens into what could almost be approachable as she sort of just starts to stride down towards this gallery that you remember. Beyond that, you don't see anyone else that really seems to be moving. You head off towards the stage. You see a few people. There are tending to. There are 2 guards now lying on the stage in various levels of injury. You see people like tending to them and, you know, sort of just reassuring them that help is on the way. But as you continue down the pathway, you see a long, dark corridor leading off to the left. And further down, like 2 or 3 doors down, you see Eric standing, just staring blankly into this room.
I rush over to Eric, and as I get closer, I slow my step to not startle them from whatever they may be going through.
Eric, would you like to, being in quite literally where we cut off, would you like to describe what Ulf is approaching in this moment?
You can tell, like, Eric has been running. His chest is heaving up and down, but he doesn't really seem to notice himself, and he is just staring into this room. But in that one, you see his eyes just flicking, just trying to gather as many details as possible. He is completely and utterly focused on what he's doing, and you just see the look of purest dread on his face.
I flip the long knife that I was given into a reverse grip and place my hands on Eric's shoulders, gently turning them. What's going on?
It was him. It like he's trying to like just gather his thoughts. Like, Anhol's gone. I had him. I fucking had him, and he told me to go after the other guy. Why did I leave him?
Where is the other one?
Gone. Disappeared like smoke. It's the music man. The odd one. Olag. Stupid. The bastard. I punched the like door and I just went, fuck! Just, ow!
Ulf makes his way to the ground, and I'd like to make a tracking check to see if I can find any tracks of the assailants.
Certainly.
All right, so that is a total of 15.
15. Yeah. Like, looking around the room, you find, I'll say, like, just as a general, like, looking around the room, you check, you know, sort of, for tracks, but also in just checking around the room for anything, any sort of signs of, you know, what's happened, essentially. You find, droplets of blood on the floor. You see a suitcase tucked under the desk to the right of the room. In the back of the room, there is a like a single bed with a window behind it. By all accounts, as you find, like, seeing the way the sheets are sort of messed up or like shifted, you gather. And also, as you like go over the sheets, you find streaks. There's like very fine streaks of blood leading towards the window. You gather from what is seen here, someone was dragged to the window. But then you sort of look outside, and it is about it's about a 2 or 3 story drop from the window to the ground.
I turn around to Eric. Are you going to be all right here?
Yeah, I'll be fine. What about you? What are you doing?
I need to follow a lead. And I'm going to try to make my way to the bottom of that window, like down on the ground level of that window, to see if there's anything there.
Okay. Are you so are you climbing out the window, or are you?
I will be climbing out the window, yes.
Okay. Can you roll me a strength check, please?
Of course.
As you sort of pull yourself out and start to lower yourself down a couple of the bricks. At about this point, sorry.
Roll a 10?
Roll a 10. Okay. We'll come back to that.
Oh no.
Oh my god, he's dead!
Ada and Hugo, you are now sitting in front of this corpse. You see this sort of like dark, weathered skin, almost like like this thick foam is starting to drip from his mouth.
Well, I'm going to do what Ada would always do.
Mm-hmm.
Search the body.
Mm-hmm.
Loot that body, loot that body, loot that body.
Can you roll me an investigation check, please?
Sure.
I would also like to loot the body.
Only one person can loot
I
that.
will say, with your assistance, I will give Ada a +2 on that roll. I will give you one of you a
Hell
+2.
yeah. A lower
Is that
perspective.
intelligence or is that perception?
It'd be perception.
Let's do 4. That's 13.
Sorry, it would be searching. Perception is searching. if you have
Investigation
it.
is communication for some
Investigation. Sorry, because investigation in this case is talking about talking to people. Like it's sort of about
Oh.
investigation, whereas this is what we're talking about is searching.
Searching.
reason. Oh.
So perception. So it'd be a +2 with a perception. You
Searching the body.
going over this figure, you find in very true style, like similar to what the story's heard. The first thing that you do is as you pat down essentially his like legs where the pockets would be, you feel something, but not on the side you were expecting, as you feel what are quite obviously 2 rather large blades down the inside of his thighs.
Wee.
You then essentially continue to pat him down. You find a pouch on his belt that holds 10 silver pieces.
Cool. And any I know he's an assassin, but sometimes assassins get lazy. Like any identifying tattoos or anything that
You draw up as you're pulling up the sleeves. At first, you don't see any until you realize, pulling up the sleeves on his tunic, essentially. After there's a moment as you look, you're like, nope, and then you put them down, and there is a brief flash that makes you take a second look. And in the light, as you turn his arms, you see very thin, pale, almost glossy lines that show a symbol. They make a pattern that seems to be some sort of figure. He has them, and he has them on both forearms.
Are they
Okay.
arcane in nature? Or some kind of magical symbol?
Roll me a arcane lore check.
Yes.
Magic tattoos.
Did you steal my dice? Oh, righto.
Also, would you have, sorry, no, roll the thing.
I do have arcane lore as a skill.
Yep, all good.
I have to roll 3 times because this little one stole my dice. And the first one will always be the other one. So it's an arcane lore. That will be 14.
14. Looking them over, they're not necessarily, there's nothing magical about them. There's nothing inherently, there's no spell woven into them. You gather that whatever the process is to make this sort of tattoo, or scarification, you gather there is something arcane about it, but it is not, there is something arcane about the way it is laid in. It is not in itself inherently,
Okay.
arcane. I will say, with a 14, do you also have religious lore? Was the other question?
No, only arcane lore. I don't have anything to do with religion unless it goes crafting or yeah.
Well, I will say, having a look over them, you realize, as being the person who would be sort of looking at this sort of thing, I imagine either you or Ada, you recognize these are the same tattoos that Olaug had.
Ah.
Oh, well, yeah, I did recognize that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
Ada
want to
just
get
starts
racist here, mate, but you're an elf, he's an elf
What?
with magical symbols. Do you know?
We're not the same kind of elf. I grew up on the ocean. I'm a sea
Yeah,
elf.
but cultural crossover.
On the ocean.
I tried. You never know.
My god is a chilled out sea dude and a sea hag who'll eat you. I have nothing in common with these people.
There is no in between.
There's like all the way down here and all the way up here.
Yeah, like balance and shit. Ada like just starts
You're like
grabbing
in
the
the
guy
middle
back.
somewhere.
Whatever you'd like to tell yourself. Ada like just grabs the back of the guy's and starts to like try to drag it back towards the amphitheater where all the other there are people who investigate this shit for a living. This is not actually my job.
roll me a strength check, please.
I will.
This is going to be
also help.
hilarious.
I actually do imagine her just trying to just tug. Please tell me what it's like. Ones, please.
7.
Okay.
11.
Ada's like,
Hey, 7-Eleven.
Not
Gets Mountain Dew on the way back.
You, I'll say like, Ada, you like start to pull this body, and then suddenly realize that you're not sure if it's
I'm not doing anything.
whatever. It is. This guy's heavy, and there's a brief moment as you're like pulling at the back of his tunic that you start to realize that you're like, oh, I'm starting to make progress, and then you sort of go, no, I'm making progress because his shirt's coming off, not because he's moving.
I grab him by the
It's
hair
getting
and
hot
start
in
pulling.
here.
With
Take up all its clothes.
I'll say again also with Hugo, like Hugo comes over, like grabs hold of it, but you also, as you're like, hang on, let me just, you grab and start to pull as well, and it is like he's moving, but he's heavy. He's
Wait a second. Aren't you the strong people with miners and shit? Aren't you
Well,
a blacksmith?
You said that elves could be whatever I want, so why don't you toughen up?
Sea elf. Sea.
Sea elves can be whatever I want, so sea elves can toughen up.
as you head back towards the room to find Eric. Outside, Ulf, it takes you a bit. It's not a particularly like rocky wall. Like it's like essentially it's essentially like sandstone bricks the whole way down, and it is tricky. And there are times that you're just like, there are times that you sort of look and go, oh, maybe I should have just walked around, but then you look up and you are suddenly as far from the window as you are from the ground. So you just sort of keep going. It takes you a little while, but you do make it to the ground.
And I feel
a
bad
bit-
I didn't give him my grappling hook. Kind of
a bit-
feeling bad now.
You've got a full-on grappling gun.
Just pop out the window. Hey, I could have lent you this.
Yeah,
I didn't want to interrupt your roll.
yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, this is how. Oh no, I'm a bit late.
He didn't want to affect your masculinity.
Yeah. Actually,
then it
no.
was too
Eric
late.
has full confidence in you, and he just kind of like looks out the window. It's like, oh, he's actually taking a little bit longer than I expected.
Yeah.
Oh,
Weird.
But you do after a sort of like 10-15 minutes make it to the ground. A little probably a little thankful that nobody watched that. You are now at street level.
kind of
Looking
ruined my street
around,
cred.
you're sort of in this, like main sort of service way that you imagine goes the whole way around this amphitheater. What would you like to do?
So, not thinking magically here,
Mhm.
I'm gonna look around to see if like a body had been taken out of the window and dropped onto the ground around. So I'm gonna look for any like blood splatter, broken branches, cracked things, anything on the ground that could be around.
Looking around this area, you don't. What did you get for your tracking roll before? Was it 14?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just continue that from here.
Okay.
You, having a look around, there doesn't appear to be any damage, any signs of debris or impact
Mhm.
on the ground around here, or on any of the like sort of crates or bits of pieces that are lining the street here. You know, creeping around and looking which way, you can't see. There doesn't appear to be any tracks of note that you can tell. Like even like the main thing I'm like sort of looking at the moment. The main thing at the moment you've gathered is, well, one of them's bleeding. Even that seems to just, there's nothing.
I climb back up to the
So the next morning,
is there anyone around that doesn't look super duper scared right now, like they're fleeing from what happened?
Roll me a perception check.
I'm probably not going to see anything. That is a total of 7.
They're looking around. There does not appear to be anyone around this area of there's no one.
Internally, this is really messing with Ulf, because he's coming at this with the tracker sense rather than anything mystical that could have happened. So he's going to slowly make his way back around to the main entrance.
It's also, I imagine, and it's something that I was thinking about this recently and came to the conclusion that mages are extremely rare in Vali's crew. Like they are, because unlike soldiers, when they are no longer needed for warfare, they find other jobs. Whereas quite often you find there are guys that are like, I was, born and I've spent my life a soldier and suddenly I can't be a soldier anymore. I can't do anything else. So, yeah, mages would be like extremely rare in Vali's crew.
So yeah, I'm going to make my way around to the main entrance, keeping an eye out for anyone who looks just even a slightly bit off.
Okay.
Suspicious.
So along comes this elf and this dwarf who are dragging the dead body out the street.
Sus!
Sus
see the
immediately just punches Hugo.
We look pretty casual, right? We're dragging him like he's wounded.
Yeah, just a man comes out of
He's
a
just
smoking
sleeping.
alleyway with a top hat, a cloak, and a twirly moustache. Cool. So you head back around towards the entrance. So Eric, in the time as Ulf is making his way down the wall and your friends are attempting to drag a corpse back to your room, what are you doing?
I feel like I've already checked the room and we've already kind of established he went out the window. Yeah, so not much I can really do here. So I'm gonna just take a quick look out from the hall, see them just right in the corner dragging a body. I'm like, yeah, no. And I'm gonna head the opposite direction to the amphitheater. No, you guys can do that.
This?
Nah, just
He is just you also watching him drag down drag him down this corridor. The body's just getting caught on everything. Every single thing they pass is just sort of kunk. Okay, go a little bit this way.
You gotta angle. Watch me.
Tilt.
It's like moving a couch.
That's so messed up.
Okay. It's I think it'd be easier.
Moving a couch.
We both grab one leg and one arm each, and we almost hog drag him.
Yeah. Or just it's this angle's too hard. We'll break a limb then. Make him fit.
Brings out a hammer.
Cool. So you're heading back.
Yeah, I'm heading back because I want to see if I can talk to Sigrid to give her the scoop on the situation if I can find her.
Heading back out, you now see a number of the town guard have arrived and are sort of like circled up, starting to secure the area, checking bodies. There are a few sort of medical personnel who have shown up and are starting to tend to guards, like the theater guards and stuff like that. At the top of this stairwell, essentially at the doorway to the gallery area, you see Sigrid currently standing, her hands clasped behind her back, just very calmly, like seemingly almost overseeing everything, even as she stands like 10-20 paces from, the local guard captain.
Trying to figure out a way I can insert myself without looking too sus.
What color do you want it? Yellow?
Feel like Eric would just kind of walk up. Actually, I feel like he would just walk up to the town captain, honestly, and just say, "It's like, sir, nice, like, I'm a doctor. I'd like to offer my services if I may. Is there any other people outside that are wounded?"
Let me just bring up, because this is the first time he's shown up. So the man in front of you is a sort of a tall, broad-shouldered man. He's got sort of like shoulder-length hair, sort of tied back at the top with a sort of small ponytail, streaks of silver and white through sort of the temples. He's got the like similar to what was his name? Tarek's, but like slightly sharper and straighter. These sort of like mutton chop beard, and a very sharply, sort of very sharp, crisp uniform in this sort of like dark teal and blues of the Vartangarda River Guard. As you approach, his head sort of like snaps over towards you. And just sort of watches you, not in any way sort of like not particularly suspiciously, but in a way that is sort of just wary as you approach. What would you like to do?
I feel like he would just kind of try to seem a bit humble as he approaches. Like, "I'm sorry to interrupt, sir, madam, but I'm Eric. I'm one of the doctors down at the clinic. I'd like to see if I can offer any of my services. Are there any other civilians outside who are wounded? I've noticed the guards are already being taken care of here." He sort of like just one eyebrow like cocks a little bit. She's like, "Medic, you say? I don't remember. Have we met?" "I've treated many in Vartangarda. You may have come across my clinic once or twice."
Possibly. I haven't. I take it you are not stationed at the local hospice at all?
Oh,
Hospital.
no, sir, I'm not. I run my own clinic.
Ah, that makes sense. Yes, from what I understand, there are a number of civilians on the front steps who are currently waiting to be tended to. If you could offer your services, that would be most appreciated. But first, I would like to ask you a few questions.
Any way I can help, I would be happy to.
Yes, good. You seem to have come from the stage, or the backstage area, if I may.
Yes,
Cool.
I did.
What were you doing there?
Well, honestly, sir, I saw a suspicious fellow run back to the stage, and obviously they weren't they're not very here for pleasant interactions. You see, I thought I could possibly help in some way. I am a doctor, after all. Or if anyone could have been hurt or could have been injured, especially the very talented Arno or someone else misbegotten, I wanted to extend my services. A very heroic, albeit probably stupid, moment of courage there.
That is... There is always a level of stupidity when it comes to heroics, but it's all good if our wonderful composer is safe, of course.
I sadly did not see him. Although some of my compatriots actually have apprehended the assailant that was back there. Although I don't think he's much in the mood for talking, as he is more speaking with hell at the moment.
Can at this point Hugo and Ada just there's like we got it. And
Yeah.
you just get the body.
RKO slam.
At this point,
Yeah!
there is an audible throughout the crowd, throughout the everything. There's an audible just thunk as you look and you see just this splayed out body on the ground just fall out of the side of the theater.
Now, I'm going to assume that Ada knows this man, because he's the captain of the guard, and that she has had her own run-ins with him in various occasions. What was his name?
You are aware this is Captain Hackett Dring. He is...
Hackett, darling!
Oh, dear, I thought I might find you here.
I'm rolling the body like a dung ball, spine first, and then.
That's a very weird way.
You know, during these types of events, lots of people love an escort to a show, and some of my girls were in danger of these, and she kind of kicks the dead body of these types. So,
yes,
we tried to help out.
Well,
It's, community spirit, darling.
Indeed. Well, considering...
How is your wife?
This... He stops, turns back and looks, and he's like... She's... very well.
I'm glad to hear. I did see her the other day at the market. We had a little chit-chat. It was lovely.
Yes. You see, anyone else sees just a man as he straighten his tunic. You see the eyes of a man that's just please don't take my wife.
That's what I'm thinking. Ada, did you sleep with this man's wife?
The man just had a shot of adrenaline.
Mhm.
And also, Ada knows of any of his dalliances outside of his relationship, so she's like,
See,
he has some weird tattoos.
right. Yes. Kill it!
And throws these daggers.
I've already killed him.
These
Don't
blades.
worry, he's dead.
The blades on the ground.
No. Kill it! As
He's
you
dead.
see, as you see this young elven man in a similar uniform, just slightly less, sort of the regalia and the epitaph, sort of that he runs up. He's like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "Killick, bring the body in for examining and processing."
Oh, your
There
name
was
is
some
Killick.
kind of magic thing that happened. He kind of we had him and we were questioning him about what was happening, and we were like, I can give this information to the captain. Hackett will love this. And then he just kind of went,
So he just expired out
Um,
of nowhere.
shrunk.
Question: was it a acid or some kind of spell, some kind of magic or something? From what I can recall, that happened 5 minutes ago.
You do not know.
Can I-
as far as you can tell, he. I probably overdid it with the description, but he basically just grew very pale, started to sort of degrade, and then just died. From all you appeared, it could be either it is either magic or a very strong toxin.
Eric, do you want to check out this body? He kind of went, zoom.
I mean,
Science and that thing that you do with the
surgery.
bodies.
Surgery. It's called
Yeah,
surgery.
that thing.
I
Might
would
have
be
been
happy
a
to extend.
neurotoxin.
I would be happy to extend my services if the captain is amicable.
The captain sort of turns. Is like, I'm not sure that would be,
I mean, I'm sure the captain would be happy to have like information as fast as possible to
The body
get
is
that on the case.
degrading, mate. It's literally like.
Can you roll me a
defecating
communication
as-
test, please?
Absolutely.
Ada's just there smiling next to Eric, like,
He's growing up. Our baby's learning.
that's my boy.
No, my boy.
Father, help.
My boy, drawn by Tim Burton. I'm so excited for him.
Thank
Hurtful,
God I
but
didn't
true.
name him Victor. That's 7.
7
Yeah.
total.
Yes, I didn't roll that. I rolled a 3 and like 2 and a 1. Okay, I didn't do well.
Is there a way for Ada to assist in any way, shape, or form?
I believe what I did may assist. I'm like, hey, mate, the body's defecating and like decomposing rapidly fast, mate.
The captain seems like as he sort of looks, he's like, and he looks like generally looks like he's about to refuse when, like as he's looking over at the body and then looking at Eric and, as he's like, you know, sort of deliberating, a very, some very large hand rests on his shoulder as Sigrid, who's come down the stairs, like, places his head and is like, this would, of course, fall within our ongoing cooperation as a show of good faith, Captain. As, like, his head whips around to look at her, he's like, very well. Sounds like it would be most expeditious to have this
Earl of
gentleman
Gout.
look over the corpse.
Just bang. Immediately just kind of like elbow him in the head.
Killick,
Look out.
as you were. This like young elf like nods, sort of gives like a brief nod, but keeps glancing as he steps up, like he stands up and goes to walk away. Let's say, from where you are, Ada, you see him as he's like glancing. He glances like for just too long at the tattoos on this guy's forearms, and then just keeps like hurries off. To
He's
do
also
something
an
else.
elf. Hugo's racism might have actually worked.
Can I roll empathy?
Mm-hmm.
I will bring up the skill.
I will say, you don't know.
Ah,
Just don't worry about it. You have no idea.
damn. I wanted to discern
Ada's
how he
like,
felt.
I'm just gonna go check on my employees. I'll be back. Secret, do you mind if I borrow my man Ulf for a second?
Sigurd like looks over, like head sort of turns over, look at Ulf, and then
Who's also at the front door.
yeah,
Like,
Ulf
he's
as
just-
he's making his
Just,
way
like,
up the
just walking.
stairs, he's just standing at the top of the stairs, like hands on knees, just yeah.
It's like, come on,
nods.
we're going outside. Ah.
Oh,
Um,
darling. Can you come with me for a second?
Fine. Is
And she
everything
just-
okay?
We just need to. I need your style of persuasion. And just starts wandering after Elf Boy.
Oh no. This guy's gonna get good cop or bad cop. Well, it's more like seductive.
Good
Bad
cop
cop
and
worse
unhinged cop.
Yeah, worse cop.
He is going to be scaroused by the end of this.
It's not like when we did his hair. It's not the same.
No, that's a
no.
different kind of evil that no one wants to be in front of.
Cool. So you and Ulf head off, following after Killick. So Hugo and Eric, what are you doing?
Is the captain gone?
Yes, he seems to just sort of has this like, yep, sure, like you and Sigrid seem to have this under control, so and he just goes around and starts like, essentially like ordering people about.
Just kind of like smile, just. It was Olag.
What?
It's like. It was the music man. He was after Anor.
We got fucked by a music man.
It's vulgarly put it, yes.
Oh my god, it's a universal thing, isn't it? Everyone, eventually, some musician will fuck you. What happened?
I was tending to Anor. He had a wound on his neck, and then Olag came in, and as I'm doing this, I'm kind of inspecting the body, kind of making myself look busy, so I'm not just looking, I'm just talking.
I'm unbuttoning any, like, the shirt and all that and trying to clear any space to expose skin.
Thank you, Ness.
Everything bar the pants, shoes take off, all that. Just separate material from body, but keeping it modest.
Yeah.
If he's got boxes on, great.
But Olag came in, he helped me put pressure on the wounds, and we saw you run past, and he told me to go help you, and like a bloody fool, I did.
No, mate, like a friend you did. This guy was tough.
No, it gets worse.
What gets
Worse.
worse?
I gave him your name, Sigrid, as a place to hide Anor to until we found more answers. I thought it would be a good idea to try to keep him safe, but I just put the family in danger.
Did you give him a specific location? If so, we might be able to find him. Or did you just give him a name?
The market.
Okay, so we can narrow it down to the market. He might go straight to the market thinking, no, he'll avoid it.
He's got what he wanted. He's not gonna go anywhere near it if he can.
Yeah, now that you've named the market as the location where you've got friends, he's probably going to avoid the market altogether.
Or knows exactly where his enemies are and can try to wipe them out in one swoop.
Did
He
he
just-
seem that tough?
If he acted on his own and was able to incite rage and madness in one room, that is a very powerful mage.
I did.
Imagine what he can do into the market.
Yeah, they'll be at each other's throats faster than a snake bite.
Sigrid
Fuck.
steps in at this point. He just says,
Good, eh?
that power to incite fury like that, to incite violence on that level, that is not one mage.
So you think he acted with people?
I think if anyone who can draw that from someone, and she points towards this what is now, like, as in looking at it, is this sort of pallid, sort of wretched form of this assassin. Says, I can't see them not having others.
Eric,
Might be dealing with a small organization.
or Eric at this entire time has not been able to look Sigrid in the eye. He is just focusing on checking out the body, and he just takes a moment and tries to pinch his nose and just... So I have basically just let potentially an entire organization know exactly where the Vaga are. Great, fantastic. Another screw-upper onto my rap sheet tonight. Absolutely stunning. And I open up the guy's mouth, trying to check for poison or toxins that he may have ingested. You know, fake tooth crunch type of thing.
Don't beat yourself up, mate. People make mistakes. We'll find him. His power doesn't seem foolproof. I felt a tingle, and I think Ada felt it too, but Ada ended up stabbing me. But it does prove you can resist it.
It's like, I definitely resisted it, and my mistake cost us the one lead we had, and I delivered it right into the enemy's hands. That's not a mistake, that's a fuck up.
And you've already recognized it.
What's the best thing you can do?
So, Sigrid reaches out, standing over you, reaches out and grabs essentially your jaw and lifts to look in her eyes. You see a very stern, solid stare. It is one that is like, it scares you for a moment, because it is the sort of look that you have really only seen from one other person in your life. As she looks at you and she says, "You fucked up. You've recognized that you fucked up. Now comes the bit where you stop feeling sorry for yourself and you do something about it."
Eric nods, and it's just... We regroup. We figure out what we need. He spoke about a great-grandfather. We can find everything we know about Anor's great-grandfather. He wanted something to do with that, with him. I'm not sure what, but he knew something.
Elves live long lives. They have long grudges, mate.
That sounds like a lead. Sigrid turns, takes a few steps, then turns back and says, "If there's any support you require, we, of course, well, I don't think you and I work on favors anymore."
No.
And then she turns and heads out.
Thank you for that.
Me?
Yes, you. Don't make you say it again.
I mean, I wasn't sure whether you were talking to the corpse or me, mate. You just said thank you.
Oh, shut it. And I inspect the body.
Cool.
I will use perception searching.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. While that's happening, outside.
Get that elf. Get that elf. Get him.
You see
Make him pee his pants.
outside Killick. He's like making his way around. He makes his way down the stairs to the bottom where you see a number of people. There are a number of civilians who seem to have been assaulted to some level. Like, there are those who have just sort of bruises or are nursing minor cuts. There are some people that seem to have, like, holding their arms as if they are broken or dislocated. He's sort of walks around and eventually comes to rest with a few other guards who are standing by sort of the perimeter around the outside, just sort of moving people along.
I think Ada's just kind of chill for a little bit and watch and wait. And she knows that Ulf is the kind of man who understands the concept of waiting for the right moment. So she's just gonna like talk, because she knows some of these civilians and things like that, and gives a few people some of the stolen money, some coins to help, for them to go see a medic and kind of things like that. Or if she knows someone who's like broken their arm, who's like a tradesman or something like that, give him some of that coin to help him out while he heals. Kind of stuff. Ada, the murdering socialist, as she is, and just kind of wait him out a little bit. She's trying to obviously get him by himself or see where he goes somewhere, or who's communicating with.
Okay. How long do you wait?
Ada's willing to invest like a couple of hours into this.
Okay.
At least.
You, wandering around and sort of like, in many ways, in some cases helping where you can, in other cases just making yourself look busy, so not to draw attention. You sit and watch as these sort of like 3 guards sort of just continue just holding this area, almost like blocking it off from the general public. People are sort of pausing to look over, or there's every so often a small crowd starts to gather, and they'll just gently or sort of quickly hurry them on. But it always seems to be the 3 of them pretty consistently. Ulf, what are you up to?
I'm currently catching my breath still. I'm trying to, as best as I can, not look intimidating and sort of follow in Ada's steps and really blend into the crowd a bit, blend into the people there, and just keep an eye out for any gaps in the guards' patrol.
So, like, you're squatting while you're walking, so you're of average height.
Look.
Sure, roll me.
He went
in a subtle way, Ada is showing him like the kind of little mini spirit of the city that's actually good. Like all these people looking after each other, and how it's dirty and it's gross, but like some people do look out for each other.
Ulf, can you roll me a perception test, please?
Yep. That is a 12.
A 12, cool. So wandering around for a moment, you are, for a few moments you are like just going through the motions, following what Ada is doing, helping where you can. After a moment, you start to notice there are a number of people here that are, in many ways, there may be some people here that could be considered nobles, that do seem to slightly have that, like, noble entitlement or some of that. But you also gather that a lot of those have probably been taken off already to wherever they can go to get proper care. The people here, like, you see in a lot of these people's eyes, there is fear. There is confusion. In some cases, there's that hint of anger that comes from, this sort of chaos. But there is also, through this moment, and especially with Ada's assistance, there's people who are in this moment sort of like worried about each other, who are there, like, even for people who seem to be just nearby, they are doing what they can to help out. People who have minor injuries are helping out those who seem more hurt. And in the, I met, like, so in that sort of flying in the face of the gratuitous violence that you've just experienced inside and over the last few days, you start to see these civilians, these people who are not well off in this city. You know, they were in more or less very much economy seating within the amphitheater, and therefore in a larger crowd to be hit with a mob, essentially. You get, like, you start to feel a sense of community in this crowd.
After catching his breath, I make my way over to just one of the injured civilians, and I sit near them for a moment. I take my water skin that I have stashed away, and I offer it to them. So, you okay?
The figure that you sat down next to you is this sort of young dwarven man. Sort of a short, sort of slightly scruffy beard, hair down his back as he takes a sip, and he's like, I'm all right. I don't know what came over me. That was something else. I've never felt that way before. But I'm glad it's over. Definitely.
It's never easy coming back from something like this. This city's been through a lot recently. And I'm finding myself relating to a lot of, I guess, you city folk, more than I thought I would.
He turns and looks, he's like, you're not from Vartigana?
No, bit more travelled than that.
Oh, must be, sort of like looks out at the mountains, like above the buildings as he looks at this. Must be exciting. I've been meaning to travel, but never get past those walls.
Exciting's one word for it. If you ever get the chance, do it. One thing that I've learned in all of my years is life is far too short. And as we've seen tonight, it can be even shorter for some.
Yes. Yes, indeed. He looks around, you see him sort of looking around at the people around him and the city, and he smiles. You see a smile that crosses his face that it sort of strikes you for a moment, because it's one that you've seen before or you recognize, but you haven't seen it in a while. Or at least you haven't, like, clocked it for a while. Can you roll me an empathy, what would it be? Perception empathy test.
That is an 11.
11. Okay. You see this, as this smile, and you suddenly realize that you have seen this, and one of the reasons that you're really clocking it is you've felt that smile before, and it has been back in Rothgard with Vali's crew, sitting around the fire in in your convoy city, swapping stories, less you swapping stories and more you receiving stories from a couple of very, very old soldiers. You recognize that his staying within the city, his inability to leave the city, has nothing to do with his courage of actually leaving, but has to do with him taking himself away from the city. He nods and says, Maybe one day. He sort of glances down at your outfit and the various sort of stains in the cloth of your fabric. He says, "Did you? I don't mean to pry, but did you get caught up in all of that?"
You could say that.
Have you experienced that before?
Not that I can remember, but
It was insane. It was everything I cared about was gone. Nothing else mattered but this feeling, this hate. I never want to feel it again.
look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt that feeling ever since my 16th birthday, and it took a long time to get rid of it. Be grateful that this is hopefully a once-off, and if I have any say in it, it will be a once-off for you. Trust me. But don't let it consume you. That's all I'm going to say. I've been there. I've done that. It's fighting someone tougher than you, that's one thing. Killing someone, that's one thing. Fighting your own inner demons is the hardest battle you'll ever take. And you've come out the other side. Keep it that way. And I have been in many a conflict, many a battle, many a war. Don't let yourself get trapped in one, friend. I know you've said you've always wanted to travel and you've never left these walls, but maybe take that step. Maybe take that step, break those chains, or take those chains with you and do what you need to do. Do what you need to do.
And sort of nods and says, I think you're right. Yeah. I think you're right. He just sort of sits there for a moment, takes another like swig of the water. Just seems to be sort of lost his own thoughts for a moment. Cool. Eric, looking over the body, you like opening his mouth. It is just like full. Like it is now starting to almost like dry in places slightly.
I just collect a bit of a sample, pop it in a, collect a sample of that foam.
What did you get for your searching?
17.
17. Cool. You don't see any. There was no, false teeth. There was no, as far as you can see, there's no remnants of a capsule or any sort of presence. Which you gather, like, from what you've been told about what happened and what you're gathering here. I'd say you'd gather that whatever killed him was either essentially a spell, or was already inside him.
Oh.
Like, essentially you gather, like, the idea of, like, yeah, as you said, like, the main thing would be false teeth, some sort of, like, something hidden in the, like, pocket, like, but that would leave remnants.
Yeah, I feel like I
Whereas-
would take some like other samples, like blood and stuff like that, just to rule out any type of poison.
Cool. Yeah, no, you take the samples, but yeah, it seems to be, yeah, like you can't really tell anything beyond that. It seems that whatever it is has more or less, what you gather, it has more or less very, like, looking him over from the, like, this skin, like his skin and various other things, whatever he has, whatever killed him, more or less just quite literally dehydrated him to death.
Yeah.
Like, just sapped the moisture from his body.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, not fun.
No, instant dehydration doesn't sound very nice.
Cool. Was there anything else you wanted to check before?
Just like as a quick sort of a double check, because I know it happened last session, and there are consequences to this. Who took my speedy potion again? I forgot who took it. You might be passing out.
Cool.
very
Ada,
soon.
can you give me a constitution check, please?
Nah, mate, I'm absolutely fine.
Just like Ulf just.
I get to
having-
use my tolerance speciality, is that correct?
Yeah.
Actually, yes, that's absolutely. I feel like Ulf is just having like this really powerful story, but just in the background you might just see Ada just like
Douche.
And is level 3 still +2?
Yes. Yeah.
Did I take it?
I forget, I don't know.
15.
15. You, as you're sitting and just waiting, more or less, like wandering around, you start to feel real heavy. Like you are suddenly like feeling, this sort of very sluggish, very, it is. You've crashed and you have crashed hard. Like there are a couple of points where you were genuinely like, I could have a nap. Like I could just nap right now. But at the same time, you managed to press on, but you were now just like very tired, very sluggish. But you managed to stay conscious.
Woo! Yay, she's stronger than the very skinny Victorian boy.
Hanging out with all those sailors and the soldiers
Yeah.
helps.
It's like,
And-
I was a doctor. In
And
London.
the prostitutes. They can drink as well.
Yeah.
I think I did take it, so I will roll a
Yeah.
con save.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah,
That's not a good one.
Do you fall asleep into the body?
just
I like to think as Eric's talking, and Eric's just continuously talking, and Eric just looks over it in 1 minute. I'm just like,
Yeah.
like he fell asleep crouching.
like monkey
give him-
crouch. My arms are over my knees.
Just
They're
like
not even like on the ground. It's just complete balance.
that's amazing, and just pokes him a little.
Pokemon literally just falls over.
Fantastic. I'm
Um,
gonna need Ulf.
outside, Ada, it really appears that this kid is just sort of like wandering back and forth. Does not seem to be. You gather he is stationed here until they leave. Like the three of them.
She is going to try and get the attention of some of her kids or people that might be around and try and get them to get Ratasok for her.
Cool.
To get him to trail of the kid.
Cool. Yeah, like you see across the way, essentially watching from the other side, like just within the shadows. There's a moment where you don't really see anything, and then you see just sort of like stepping forward in the gloom. You see
My child.
you see Olga.
Mhm.
As she's sort of standing and just sort of watching everything, she locks eyes with you.
And Ada kind of wanders over as, nonchalantly and sluggishly as she can. I took something to be able to go chase after the people, and I'm not going to last much longer. That boy, and she kind of does their like eye flicker communication to the three soldiers.
Like, look, but don't be obvious about it.
The way that women can point at a guy without pointing at a guy.
Yeah, that's not me. I immediately
You-
just go.
We need to get a trail on him, if we could, please. And if anyone can pick up Ratasok, preferably. If we can get him, it's gonna be, the darker the night gets.
She looks over and like over your shoulder and looks around. She's like, "You're talking about Killick.
Yes.
Can we not just talk to him?"
I don't really want to talk to him with the other guards about.
Oh. She like leans out of the alleyway, puts her fingers in her and whistles. And as you see as like the three of them turn, and she looks at she flashes a smile and just like gives a little wave and then like beckons, and he just sort of like looks around and then starts sort of trotting over. Like,
Oh,
Killick-
he's young.
She
and
turns
he
around,
doesn't
she looks-
know
she-
the trap.
she looks at you and she's like, Killick's a puppy. Like just as he wanders over and he looks in, he like looks around.
While he's not watching, Ada's like to Ulf, like
Kind of whistling.
like
through
they
the-
kind of go
Oh,
into an alley, and then Ulf and Ada come up behind them like, darling.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Olga, what's going on?
Oh, he's been betrayed.
Olga turns and is just like, she'll play nice, right? She looks at you with a look of like, he's one of mine.
She'll
Well,
definitely play nice.
Seems like she's taken to your liking, boy. Lucky boy. And then puts her arm on the back of his neck and pulls him further into the alleyway.
She's so evil. I love it.
Olga like keeps like pace with you.
Oh, she cares.
So Ada just like stares at him and then starts scratching the spots where the tattoos are on both Oleg and the bodies.
He looks over at the two of you. He keeps glancing at Olga and he's like, "Hey, I don't have any money. I don't."
You have a very bad tell.
What? I don't gamble.
You probably shouldn't.
What do you know?
What do I know about what? I know we just had a rather terrible attack on the theater, and it's not looking great, and I should probably get back to my post. But,
So when you saw the body,
yeah.
you hesitated when you saw the tattoos.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, okay. What do you want to know?
What do you know? Why did you hesitate?
Sort of looks off at all for Olga, and then looks back at you. He's like, you saw what I saw, right?
What did you see?
The tattoos.
Mm-hmm. And what do those tattoos mean?
Sort of seems to be staring at you in a very odd, like.
Oh, darling, I'm a sea elf. Ocean,
Right.
water.
Yes.
We're not the same.
Even the elf does elf racism. I love it.
The racism is rampant in this
Like,
world.
You have,
God damn.
you have the dagger ears. You should know as well.
He nods. He says, in Iliaborg, those tattoos are not a great sign. It was something that I was pretty sure was just something my mum told me to keep me in line when I was little and to stop sneaking out at night until I saw him.
And what is this boogeyman?
It is a what would you call it? It's a cult, I believe. I didn't even think it existed until I saw it the first time, and even when I saw it the first time, I thought I was mad. And
The first time? Was this the first time, or
No.
was this another time?
no, I saw him once in Iliaborg. But I thought I'd misseen or something, but yeah, they're not good people. I believe what was it my mum called him? It's the Dawthigala. It was like the death scream or the god scream or something like that. You really haven't? No? Like, none of you got the stories?
Darling, my stories that I grew up on was about a sea hag that we worshipped that dragged you down to the bottom of the sea and ate you alive while
Yeah.
you're actively drowning at the same time.
Yeah, Brian. No, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this wasn't... I thought this was more of a thing. There you go. Anyway, about my post.
So they were in Iliaborg. They're here. One last thing. Does the name Oleg Thrusk mean anything to you?
No. I can't say I've heard it before.
Well, I would keep this on to yourself. Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Captain's not much for ghost stories, so.
No. Olga, give the man a discount next time. I'll pay.
So
And
you
then
look
Ada
over
walks off.
you look over and you see a fairly firm look from Olga. She's like, yes, you will. She takes him by the arm and starts to like walk him back towards the opening of the alleyway.
I ship it.
It's a baby boy.
It's puppy boy.
She has her type.
That
She
is
wants
his
to be
name now.
worshipped.
That is his name
Sometimes
now.
puppies still hurt you. That's a lesson for everybody.
It's true. The razor sharp puppy teeth are no joke.
Yeah, I got my
No
fingers
joke.
shredded once.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does Ada, or would she know of someone or somewhere where she could do more research on this kind of elven lore? Find Eric, who has big brain, to help her research.
You
She
would
wants
want
to
to
research
her own culture.
I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's not my culture. We have nuance. We're unique, and
cultural
we're not,
differences.
we're not even the ones who are connected up to like crystals and put ourselves in machines.
Mm-mm. So
Like,
you
there
know-
are
yeah.
another whole bunch of elves, my friend.
Yeah.
I love that reference. I love it. Appreciate it.
Also, just weird question. Would Ulf have any idea? He's the most well-traveled out of all of us.
I don't believe he really would. He'd know bits and pieces, but wouldn't know enough.
It's also like this is leaning into something that is very much a like
Cultural.
it's a cultural thing. It's also something as
cult.
it's been stated as it was stated from his story. You gather this is something that in many ways, at the very least, has been allowed to fall not just into like myth, but into folklore. Like this is now a like as you put it, it is a boogeyman to scare elven kids. Like to the point that it's, you know, you gather that there are probably remnants of this somewhere, but a lot of it has just been allowed to die off for whatever reason.
Ada is going to wander back to go have a nap.
I feel like why would I feel like just like Ada, thank God you're here. I need someone to help me with this big giant sack, and you're laying down and using him as a pillow. Fantastic.
Hey. Barrel chests and barrel bellies are comfy. They got that cushion.
Just
Cool. So after
fantastic.
I'll say after a little while, a few of the guards, like on orders from Captain Dreng, essentially show up to us, like help with the body to return it to your surgery for a proper essentially.
I need a cart because I have
Yeah.
a couple of bodies here. Don't worry, the other two are sleeping.
They bring a cart, and all three of you are sort of like taken to the surgery.
Please ring a bell and say, "Bring out your dead."
Oh, fantastic! It's lovely to see you. Were you able to find anything in the alley?
We got some information. Ghost stories more than anything.
Brilliant. I have a couple of leads or two myself, or I will soon, hopefully. I shake a bit of blood.
And what are you doing with that?
I'm going to test it if our friend here died from poison or something of the arcane types.
Okay. Do you need me to do anything?
Loading people into the cart would be fantastic, and also just help clear the way as we get back to the surgery would be fantastic.
Can do. I pick up our companions slowly, chucking him in, chucking the corpse.
Don't worry about Hugo. He's half metal anyway. Just chuck him in.
I pick him up and he starts floating down like a piece of paper. No.
I'm like 5% metal, thank you.
He's 40% iron. Tung tung.
I toss him in very carefully because I have some respect for him.
Oh, yay.
That will soon fade. Don't worry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mine's already gone.
So,
In fact, you're in the negative.
returning
Negative, like the amount of times you're going to be using that grappling gun, eh?
Returning to your surgery, do you take your friends out of the cart, or do you just take the body?
I'm definitely taking Ada out first. And I will place her in my bed. I'll pop the body on just my normal operating table, and I'll put Hugo in a chair.
I tucked you in and made you tea.
I didn't know that. I was passed out.
There was a note.
Was it?
Yeah.
Fine, I put you on the floor. So then your back's not gonna hurt too much with a pillow.
I'm gonna remember this. I'm not gonna remember
you
it, but
won't.
I'm gonna remember it.
See, the problem is Hugo shows love to Eric through negging and through gifts of love that are not really understood by Eric.
No.
Well, Ada makes these grand declarations, which even though you're doing more for Eric, Ada just makes people think she's doing more for them. She sells it better.
Son of a bitch!
That she also has an army of children, and already one of them broke my fucking window, and I'd rather not get egged for the 3rd time this year.
Valid.
Fear tactics.
She scares me.
An egg gun.
So you
Children.
now have, like Ulf is there with you, and you have your the guards sort of give you like a tip of the hat, and then sort of like turn and head back towards, taking a mental note of where the surgery is. Head back towards the.
Oh
the
god, do I have to...
amphitheater.
No, go to the hospital like normal people. I don't want to have to deal with guards as well. I already deal with so many other stupid people.
But they don't need insurance with you.
No, they need money. And I probably do stuff at a bit of a discount because I'm a good person. Damn it. You want that pillow or not?
Yeah, I'd love a pillow, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Arguing with an unconscious person. Wow.
He's
Just
If
yelling
I-
at an unconscious Hugo, do you want that pillow or not? And then just throws her.
Ah.
He just knows how to aggravate me.
My body instinctually responds in the most aggravating way to Eric.
Yeah, he just rubs me the wrong way. It's something to do with his face. And the noises he makes, and just the general disposition of his existence. Just
So you think about me.
makes me angry. I kind of look to Ulf and it's like, well, I am likely going to work into the night, getting through these potions. I can lend you some spare sheets and a bit more of a pillow if you want to take up somewhere that's mildly comfortable.
Yeah, whatever you need me to do.
Not a problem. Or you can sit back and view the wonders of autopsy.
Look, I've cut a few things open before. If you need a hand, I'm happy to learn.
It's been a while since I've done some teaching. All right, let's do it. And I will. Would this be an intelligence thing to do a full autopsy again?
As Hugo is splayed and autopsied on the table.
No, I'm not cutting you open. I've already done that too much.
There's an
I
excellent
love
question.
that Ulf is going to get the full like
You're gonna get a lesson.
special interest.
Yeah.
Special interest dump.
I will say it is
You've unlocked his ism.
I'll say it is an intelligence test at this stage. I may change that in the future. But
Yeah, up to you.
yeah, I'll
It
say in
can
this case
definitely
it is an intelligence test.
It's this weird intelligence dexterity thing, isn't it? It's like
Yeah, it's like the weird middle in between of like I'm going with the idea that it's not needing to be particularly like, shall we say, particularly dexterous. It's more about I need to know where to cut and how to do it. So it's
Yeah, I feel like
Accuracy?
it's gonna change in different things. Like if you're trying to get something very quick and out, I say like accuracy can go well.
yeah.
Or like perception if you're trying to find something. Something specific. I feel like it can change based on what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
but that's a 16, in case you're wondering.
woo.
Like beginning this autopsy, searching through and more just really proves what you sort of had already deduced. This man's blood is thick. Like it is, almost beyond syrup levels. It is like heavily dehydrated. It is almost like glowing.
Coagulating.
Yeah.
Yeah, coagulating pretty much.
With a 16, you find a spot around sort of his, the upper parts of his stomach, really.
Yeah, I was probably trying to look into that specifically. I'm like, did you ingest anything?
You see, like, all of the... I'm not going to go into the details because I don't know, and also don't want to go. You see all of the markings here, all the situation that would be, what do you call it? Would point to poison. Like there is all of between the effects and the sort of the markings on the stomach, you very quickly deduce that this was a poison.
Could I do another roll for brewing to figure out what type of poison?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. Come on, best, don't fail me now. Hiya! I'm doing math because I am lazy. Another 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going over it, you gather this was a very potent, and from what you can gather from the look of the body, it was a very fast acting poison, which seems odd considering that you gather it was, had been probably, at least from what you gather, you didn't see, as far as you've spoken with Ada and the others, he didn't take anything.
Yeah, he didn't look like he ingested anything,
Yeah.
and it was fast acting, but when would he have a chance to take it?
You find, through these two rolls, I'll say, you find a spot on his, as part of like the wall of his stomach, essentially, that has, it's a weird, this little like black dot that seems out of place. It is the sort of this, the tissue around it is torn in a way that almost looks like it ruptured. And as you like looking through it or like looking around it, there is the space around this area, despite the ruptured side of it, seems very clean, as if it was almost like part of his, like the wall of his stomach, essentially, for a time. You gather from this and from the look of it, I'll say with, I won't make you roll again because you've gotten two 16s in a row.
I'm just that amazing.
You quickly looking at it, you're thinking like beyond the idea of this being surgically inserted, like
Because I don't think I would see any scars.
you did not see
No
any
surgical
scars that would
scars.
be like surgical scars, and also like putting something like that in this sort of space would be tricky. You gather it is most plausible that whatever this capsule was, whatever this, pod was that was in his, like, essentially in the edge of his stomach lining, was inserted magically. And from what you can gather about the way that he was, from what you can gather from the way he was acting, and on top of that with the way he was acting and the way that it seems to have been inserted, you gather it was not only inserted against his will, but without his knowledge.
Yeah, I was wondering that, because he has the tattoos, but didn't know about that, did he? Didn't know about the failsafe, because he started yapping. So, Ulf, with all of this, like, I feel like Eric's been just explaining how the autopsy processes worked, and also just talking aloud basically what Dragon had just said, of just determining whether or not it's definitely poison, and this was not implanted surgically. How is he absorbing all this info?
Yes, so, what was that?
I said he was poisoned, but...
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, poison the poison for him.
Yes, and
For Cusco.
that...
I
the
held
poison,
it
the
together.
assassin's
I wasn't
poison.
gonna say it.
The assassin's poison for assassin,
Assassin.
yeah. It's like, but what was interesting about that is this was not implanted surgically, this was magic. Have you been asleep?
No.
Roll deception.
I kind of want him to.
I don't need to roll an insight check to know that's bullshit.
Yeah. Just, actually, yeah, things are later.
Look, I've got the gist of it. He was poisoned. He died.
Yes.
Magic.
Also, yes.
How does magic poison someone? I
Well,
probably sound a bit stupid there.
no,
but,
magic
like,
is...
You can
is a-
inject poison, you can drink poison, you can be poisoned through lots of ways, but magic?
Well, the thing is, this was part of his stomach lining for a long time. Whoever put it there, he did not know about it. And listen, magic can do a lot of things. It can make you regrow limbs. It can make you can read minds from it. You can summon plants from the bloody ground, stuff like that. So
you're saying there's a specific spell that lets you coat someone's stomach lining?
I mean, it wouldn't put it past it if someone could do that. There is definitely a spell that I am aware of that can inflict pestilence on someone and give them horrible diseases. So, I can imagine this is some type of variant.
I'm not going to pretend I know anything about it. I trust your word.
Thank you. That means I'm going to think it means as much as you trust me. So,
Look, you put me back
Thanks.
together, so I have to trust you.
oh yes, you were fucked. Yeah. Don't. Speaking of, how are you doing, by the way? As I start just quickly just trying to just check some.
Critiquing her work.
Like the
Just
2-week checkup.
gently pushes you back.
All right. Personal space. My apologies. Well, it is very late, and I suppose we should get to bed. And well, if he's not really gonna need this, so you mind helping me get him out? Like get him on the floor. And I just clean up the bench, grab a pillow, put it on the bench, and be like, you can take the surgical table, and I'll take the chair.
You know, I don't quite feel comfortable with sleeping on a surgical table with you in the room. Maybe you take the surgical table and I'll take the chair. No offense. Please don't. I don't mean anything, but I'm just going to take the chair. We're good friends, but we're not that good friends yet.
For the record, I would never do surgery on you unless you were expressly dying. But wouldn't be the first time I've slept on this table, so I'll see you in the morning then.
Sits down on the chair, leans back, closes his eyes for a moment, opens one eye just to check they're not coming towards him, closes the eye again.
You don't trust me? Valid,
No.
very smart. Don't.
Axe just within reach.
Yeah.
Just if he tries.
Also, just also your way, just for stat reasons for later on. What was gifted to you by more or less gifted to you by Sigurd is more. It's a short, like stats wise, it's a short sword.
Mm-hmm.
It is essentially like it is what's commonly what would commonly in the Viking Age be known as a long sax.
Mm-hmm.
It is more or less just a dagger that is like yay long. It's
Sexy.
It
Bought
is
my brother one of those.
You are well aware. You've seen stuff like this before, and you fully realize the reason that Sigurd gave one, especially one that looks this fancy to you. Like it is like the sheath itself hangs across, sort of across your lower back, like the back of your belt essentially, which and it has like the sheath for it has a number of these like silver plates that run down the outside of that are all like sort of embossed, and in a similar way the butt, like the pommel of the knife also has a similar sort of style to it. It looks very fancy for a knife, but you also understand that is part of the function, because it is designed to be a weapon that you can take to a place that you are not allowed to have weapons.
Right.
It is more or less like it's
ceremonial,
very much like Gandalf. You would not part a man from his walking stick. You're like, no, this is just my very sharp belt accessory, and it is genuinely like you've seen, like a lot of Varley's crew have them. They rarely use them because there's rarely a place that they're not allowed to take their weapons. But at the same time, it is genuinely like oh yes, come to this place, don't bring no weapons allowed, and almost every soldier in there will bring one of these.
Yeah. All right, cool.
But it is, stats wise, it is a short sword.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
The four of you get, varying degrees of uneasy sleep.
I'm comfy.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, no.
good.
What do you mean? I feel great.
Two of you
I'm
are
sleeping on a
dead
solid
to the
surface.
world.
Like, my back is so good after this.
Mm-hmm. As the morning comes, the four of you awaken to the sound of bustling outside. Low voices, foot traffic moving around the piers. As the four of you awaken to the surgery around you. I will say, for the sake of the storyline, Ada and Hugo, you awaken to a freshly autopsied body on the floor.
He's sewn up. He's fine.
yeah.
Just nice big scar.
Mhm.
And Eric is just face down on the table, just like this. Because he at some point rolled.
Some creative takes from this. I'd like to think I wake up and the way they've just thrown the body on the floor, it's just I open my eyes like, yeah,
You would
good
just-
morning,
yeah.
and I just see a
Yeah.
dead corpse.
Mhm.
Ah!
Just the dead fish eyes just staring at you like.
They didn't
Eric
even
also
open-
immediately screams, falls off the table.
Ulf startles, stands up, looks around.
I feel like he'd just like take out his things like, "Heh, heh."
Did we win?
Ada's like, which one's the corpse?
That one. I point to Eric.
This is why you don't get the bed.
Good
This
morning.
is exactly why.
I gave you a grappling gun. Get over it.
You can't keep
Wait,
using that.
hold on. You've got a grappling gun?
Yeah, it shoots up to 60 feet. It can pull. I go over the details of the gun. You would need one with extra helical gears. Reinforce. You need like twice the size.
You had one, and I had to jump out of that window.
In my defense, I thought you could do it.
I did it. It
I
would
did
have just
it.
been
I did
a
it
lot
easy.
easier.
Well-
26 silver in 5 days, and you can have one.
You're a bloody
What
soldier
about
of Vali. I thought you'd be
10
able to.
silver in 2 days.
Fuck it.
Done. I give you 10 silver.
He was just like, look, I thought you're literally like a soldier of Vali. I thought scaling a building wouldn't be that hard for you.
I'm still recovering from a goddamn injury, aren't I?
Me too. I lean over and show a stab wound. That was Ada last night, mate. As
Sorry
you
about
see
that.
a small pool of blood where I was laying down.
Just literally
Actually, that was me. It wasn't him this
What
time.
about that? I
human
was so
strang. He lifts him up and just places him on the surgical table.
I was gonna tell you, but I think I passed out at some point.
Just
Was it your fault? Yeah, probably was.
Yeah,
Shut
it was
up.
her. It was her medicine.
Did it get you too?
I mean, I stayed awake until I got back. I managed to stay awake for a couple hours. I felt pretty tired, and then I
Hey.
needed to have a nap.
Is there any way to not do the sleepy thing afterwards?
not unless you inject more, which I highly do not recommend. Now stay still while I fix you up.
Ow.
Aiden wanders over to Eric's books and is like, have you got anything about like elven history and cults?
But you're an
She's
elf.
like she's picking off like books on anatomy. like
Why in the
looking at them.
ever-loving hell would I ever have a book on elven culture?
and she picks out this random book that's I'm sure is like random poetry from a very specific place in the country that has like a very specific author that is like their first edition, is because you have books like this.
Excuse me, that's a collector's item. Keep your grubby
What's the
mitts
name
off.
of the author, Almighty Game Master?
Put him on the spot.
Give
What's
us a
the character's
name.
name?
Give us
Where are
a
they
name.
from?
Dragon.
What kind of poetry are we talking about?
Hey. It is by Thorin Dorma. It is a book of it is a book of very like it is dark poetry surrounding the lamentations of the Einherjar that did not die during Ragnarok.
Super depressing.
Yeah.
And whenever
it's-
whenever like plays are made about it, there's like these this one actress and this one actor that he always uses when he directs the like adaptation for it, and it has this really same aesthetic every single time.
Excuse me, that's a collector's item. I would appreciate if you don't keep your grubby mitts on that, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. I touched sad boy deep history.
You collect
Look,
books.
It's good poetry.
Nah, he's gone through starring phase, mate.
Look,
I did
used
that
to
back
use
when I was
books
like,
to-
what, 14?
Yeah.
I have to explain this to people sometimes. So I'm not a land elf, right? I'm a sea elf who lives on the land now.
Well, obviously, you've told me that several times.
Okay, so
So you're
people.
a land elf now.
No, I am a sea elf.
I think that's culturally insensitive, friend.
I know, I'm just picking on it.
You know, it's like some kind of dwarf joke that I'll make about your dad not loving you or something. I don't know.
Oh, he does.
Anyway.
Go for it.
And your mum disappearing on you because you were all useless. Anyway.
That happened too. What?
We're getting very, very specific here.
What do you know about me?
So much.
I-
He has done so
I
much
know,
background
all I
check.
know deeply
Breaking the
is that
fourth wall.
She has
Well,
met exactly 2 members of your family and is like, yes, I know how this story ends.
Y'all got mommy and daddy issues.
Just
look,
full
all I
Sherlock
know-
Holmes breakdown.
all I know is your mum has a better beard than you. Anyway.
She does. I think. I haven't really met her.
She did.
Saw a painting.
Are you always like this when you're hungover, really needy and emotional?
Yes.
No, I'm just really tired and I woke up next to a corpse
Yes.
Okay.
I had to sleep somewhere.
next to the
Oh.
corpse.
Hey nerd, I need some research done.
What
And
do
you're
you-
good with the books and shit.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Well, first off, we
And
probably-
also you, Hugo, would be helpful.
Mhm.
So this apparently elvish death cult that I have forgotten the pronunciation with, but Ada can pronunciate perfectly.
Yeah, of course.
because she's great. like
Dawa
that.
Sigala.
There you go.
So close.
So,
Please,
So-
patient, please stop talking.
so another elf who was in the captain's guard saw the tattoos and said, "These are the boogeymen," and I didn't realize they were real, but actually they are. And Olag also had the same tattoos. And she kind of goes to the corpse and shows off, these ones.
Yes.
So apparently we're dealing with a religious death cult, but they're myth and legend and nobody really knows that much about them. So nerdy guys, tall and short nerds in the house. This is what you're made for.
Okay, well, happy to research that as I pour alcohol on his on Hugo's stab wound and starts cleaning it. It's like, but I'd say the first place would be where knowledge lives. The library.
Yeah.
You
That's
guys
good.
have been to the library before, yes?
Yeah, of course I have.
Wolf
I'm
just
only-
slowly looks at the ground.
Local architecture and all that stuff.
Look.
Yeah.
There was this one woman who was this really hot librarian. So yes, I did go to the library there, but I was more hanging out in the library books, not really. The things I was interacting and moving in and out of the shelves weren't.
When
really
I
books.
say have you been
No,
when
she
I
died.
asked have you been in the library, I never asked if you've been inside the library, if you get my meaning.
Nah, she wanted to be inside her.
Yeah, in the librarian, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yes, you too. Thank you very much for over explaining my metaphor.
You're
But
welcome.
anyways.
Was that a metaphor or an analogy?
Yes.
I think it was a similar
Meta-analogy.
Went to school.
A melogram.
I definitely went to school.
I'm highly educated.
And you hide it so well.
Thank you.
Yes. But let me sew this idiot up. Then let me
And look,
Send-
start while
I
Eric's
don't-
talking. I'm
I'm-
sipping on the alcohol.
Stop that.
I'm not good at the research thing, but I have some connections at the library that she might be able to get you access to special books if there's anything locked away. Eh?
We're going to the restricted section.
You see an ungodly smile start tugging at Eric's lips. I don't think you've seen this like you've seen it a couple times before, and it's still disturbing.
Stop that.
Because courtesans are also some of the most educated people in society. I'll just lay that out there.
fair.
Ada is not, but courtesans are.
Like connections, you say? Wonderful. All right.
To the
Like,
library, Ada, you're buying coffee on the way.
it's like wonderful, and as foot on starts bandaging a wee bit too tight on Hugo. It's just like
Ow, 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 ow.
Yep.
You know, it's a faster way to do that, yeah. Like what we used to do back in Rock Guard. We just heat up a knife and just put it on there.
Yeah, can we do that?
no,
Ah.
it's quick. I do agree with you in a pinch. Battle medicine's very useful. However,
It could wake him
However-
up though, better than coffee.
Coffee tastes better.
I also agree with that. Hear that? And if I wanted to wake him up, I'd just ask you for a firm slap, Ulf.
It would not work.
He would.
We could try.
I would be delighted if he could try.
I mean,
Multiple
he'll probably slap
times.
me. My body will wake up, but the slap will knock me back out, and I'll just keep sleeping.
Ada just starts to walk out the door.
Look, let's go to this book prison.
That sounds.
Book prison. It's a gallery
prison.
of knowledge and like access to the fine arts and all the different intricacies and
I pat
dungeons
Eric on the
of the
head.
world, and I
Pretty
just-
much, mate. They skinned trees alive, and then they made them into these little tiny flappable things, and then they stored them in more different types of wood.
And look, Eliana is a very cunning linguist.
Please stay away from the librarian.
Bravo.
I think
You
at
were
this
waiting
stage you
for
need to
that.
worry about the librarian staying away from everyone else.
No, now you need to figure out the
boy.
librarian's name.
More names for the DM.
Yay!
Yay!
More women for Ada to flirt with. We love flirt game.
Gotta catch them all.
Mhm.
And I need to see a man about following up about a thunderstone at some point.
You so you head to the Riverside Archives, being the main library of Vartengada. Entering in the front of this building, you see inside is a large open hall that runs with multiple bookshelves that lead down the length of the building. They are very high. Like the side of the shelves rise to a almost impossible height. As you're sort of wandering, entering in, looking on either side.
They're like
In-
10 foot tall.
Yeah, they are.
I know,
they are
isn't it
very,
wonderful?
Very tall. Wandering the halls, you see this fairly sort of like I was about to say short, but that's not it. You see a dwarven
Portly?
woman. You see a dwarven woman, this like thick, almost like burgundy hair pulled back into these long braids that hang down over her shoulders. She's wearing a sleeveless tunic that hangs down, almost like a monk's sort of outfit. Very sort of neatly buttoned to one side. She's wondering. She has a pair of pince-nez perched on her nose. She's strolling along, sort of looking over things, looking over the various levels. She goes, "Someone's here." Oh, yes. Welcome. Call out if you need anything. Feel free to look around.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
It's like,
Good day, Sheila. I'm looking for some elven literature, folk tales and children's. What do you call them? The things you tell kids when they put them to sleep.
bedtime stories, legends,
That's
things
the
like
thing.
that.
Yeah, mythologies.
Let's see.
What's a bedtime story?
You see as she looks up and she sort of taps the side of her glasses, and there's this brief, like, run. Those of you standing, like, directly from looking at her see this, like, brief run of text over the glass of her spectacles. She's like, yes, elven folk myths and folklore, are section 7B towards the back of the building on the left.
Do you have anything on elven cults?
She, like, again waves her hand. You see that similar run of text as she pauses and says, it should be in the 7B. If it is not there, please let me know and I will search our deeper archives.
Do I know this woman?
I would love to see your deeper archives.
Suppose, like, Ada, I do need you to behave while I'm on duty.
You know, like, okay.
I
Totally.
absolutely love your glasses, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I really need those in my archives. That would be wonderful.
You're
Amazing.
she sort of like again sort of like
She and I just stare at you like that's
tilts her head down and looks you up and down. Is like, you have archives?
I have a pretty in-depth filing system for plans, schematics, etc.
I see.
I'm an engineer.
This one is organized?
Hella organized. I go by alphabetical first, and then I color code, and then I go by size of the experiment, and then cost.
That's adorable. Anyway, 7B for what you were looking for, and I will please call out if you need anything more.
You can pull out. I walk away. I'm very happy with my organized system. I
quaint.
have to
Ulf
double
walks over.
down.
Do you just on the down low? Do you have any things that can teach you how to read?
There's this
So everyone
moment.
else around me can read. I don't want to be left out.
There's this
Ada just
moment.
kind of puts her hand around Hugo's neck and just drags him off out of the situation so he doesn't like see.
I'm like leading. I'm leading them away. It's like thank you very much. It's like, come on.
You see, as she looks up at you for a moment, there's this tilt to her head, as if almost like you see as like her mouth like starts to curl in a way of like starting to like laugh, but then pauses. She's like, "Oh, you're not joking."
Well, I'm not from around here. And where I grew up, you didn't really need it. You needed other skills. And like they're all, as much as like the short one's a bit annoying and the other short one's scary and the other one's like very smart but also scary. Don't tell them I called them scary. They can all read and they're a lot more educated
I'm
than
smart and
I
scary?
am. They don't know as much about the other things that I know about, but they've got me there and I can't let them have that advantage.
She nods. She goes,
Just don't tell them.
Of course. Come with me. She turns and starts to head down the walkway, and you see she leads you to a shelf as she starts to run through this very sort of like counting along the spines of the box. It's like, it was here, it's this one. She takes out a book that is, you can quickly see that it is, it's a learning book. It is for children, more or less. She does then turn and say, like, it's we are working on some newer texts as the ability to read while amongst this city folk is generally required. We are receiving more and more from the outer provinces that lack this ability, of all ages, of course. We do also have a study group. If you would like to join, it's all ages. It's on most evenings. If you would like to attend, we'd be happy to teach you as well.
How much does that cost?
Oh, that's free, darling.
Sign me up.
Excellent. She hands over the book. She's like, "This is all stuff that is easy enough. Please just go, like, start with this, and we will cover the rest."
All right, I'll look after it. Just shoves it down his tunic.
And
I just don't want them knowing, okay?
Of course. It's not as uncommon as you think. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. We all have our skills, and we all have our shortcomings.
I appreciate that. Well, I'll leave you to it. Have a good day.
Oh,
turns.
She turns and she's like, wanders over to a shelf, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I completely forgot this." She comes back with it is a leather book cover, like a book slip. It is essentially like, she's like, completely forgot. You can use these, of course. You're not the first, adult to come in with issues like this.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Takes it, slips it over. What does the slip say?
It does not say anything. It is just like an embossed leather cover to make it look more or less like a journal or something like that. It, like, looking at it now, you'd think if you saw someone reading this, I think you would generally think they were just checking their notes or something like that.
Yeah.
She, goes back, puts her glasses back on, starts to just wander down the shelves again, sort of tapping, checking the books. The rest of you find the section. There are a number of sections of different sort of in a world where gods and monsters and various other things definitely exist. It is, I don't know how odd it is to have genuine myth and folklore things that people are like, that's not real. But you do find a number of things, you find a section of a number of different cultures, like ghost stories, folklore,
horror stories about people who have to pay for going to the hospital.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, and one of the sections does talk like it is, stories from Alfheim, from Iliaborg, talking about elven cultural folklore, myths, and some myths and legends sort of thing. Who is... so I guess, Eric, would you like to search over?
Yes, I would definitely want to do a searching perception check to find one that would be probably good, and probably one that is thick. Thicker the book, the better.
Thick.
Ooh, doubles. Heck
Yay.
yeah. Ooh, I got an 18.
Very nice. Cool. Yeah, like fairly quickly you find something that stands out to you in a way in this moment. And I imagine with Ada's help, like looking over these and Ada sort of like pointing out different things to be like, you know, very quickly turning around and going like, no, that's, you know, that's referring to this other thing. That's not real. That's, you know, whatever. You come across a book that seems to be regarding, it talks about some of the, it is quite a large, as you were searching for, it's quite a large tome that seems to talk about, at least from the title, it just says the clans of Alfheim. You flicking through, you find information on, essentially through this, it starts off with the stories surrounding what they talk about as the what in the book they refer to as the ascension of Iliaborg.
Beautiful. I love a bit of light reading.
The ascension of Iliaborg and the rise of the spark. This was, you would know essentially, the spark is the major power that currently holds Iliaborg, which is the elven capital and the city of light. It is said to be a technological wonder. It is like everyone else is, think of it like everyone else is living at the moment, at best, is living like low technological dystopia, you know, area. They are living sci-fi. Like, they are, you know, proper computers, machines, very, very technological advanced, and that has entirely been chalked up to the power of the spark.
Motherfuckers. They had it.
You chose Vatangard to stay, you idiot.
This talks about the this book you read. It talks about the rise of the spark, the ascension of Alfheim. Sorry, the ascension of Iliaborg, and the clans below, the other elven clans that were either assimilated or driven out. This includes, as you read over it, the Wood Elves, the what are referred to as the Moon Elves, the what are called the Loganga, or the Sea Elves,
Fish people,
and essentially what they refer to as the what is it? The cult known as the Death Scream, or the Daldigala.
I'm guessing like Ada pipes up at the mention of this one.
Mm-hmm. So it, like, flipping through to a section where it talks about this, you find, where did I put it? This talks about the Daldigala. It is said in the book to be a dark and violent cult that emerged following Ragnarok.
Wonderful.
So they were said to, there were, you know, following Ragnarok, there were a number of disappearances, some very gory murders, and a couple of uprisings that Iliaborg essentially resisted, and eventually started to retaliate, driving out this, you know, hedonistic clan or cult from Alfheim itself. The book goes on to talk of a fervorous and unhealthy obsession with the god Frey. And some sort of what do you call it? Almost like cataclysmic plan for in some sort of way they were claimed to have, through the power of song and music, power over other people, and in some cases the ability to inflict harm and destruction on the world around them.
Well, we know exactly who they're dealing with now.
The book also then goes on to talk about it states at one point it talks about one of the things that is talked about in this book, that it states that the Daldigala were said to be always be hunting for something known as the Dirge of Yngve, though that what that was never uncovered.
Dirge of Yngve.
A dirge is a song.
Does anyone have religious lore?
No.
Would you like me to?
No. I mean,
No.
No, that makes the story way too easy. Stop that.
are you reading all of this out loud?
Yeah, I'd say.
Cool.
I'd say so. And
as the one person in this room who has had confirmed and direct contact with one of the Aesir, can you roll me an intelligence test, please?
All right, let's do this.
You got this.
Okay, that's...
Is this big brain energy, or is there's a little ball bouncing around in there?
no, it's
that
more
is the
the
question.
symbol.
Intelligence, yeah?
Yeah,
He's counting
That is an
numbers. That's not
18.
cool.
Our boy is having big brain moment.
The monkey throws away the
That's
instruments
with
and it just...
2 6s as well.
Cool. You remember, when you were first taken in, and as a young boy, a young man, chats with Vali, as he was sort of teaching you as best he could, and the main way was through stories that he knew of. And you remember one story he was telling you that you were getting very confused and slightly frustrated as he seemed to keep jumping. He was telling a story of this one character's journey, but he kept jumping between 2 names, and it almost seeming as there was points you were confused, as feeling there were 2 characters involved, as the 2 names that you recognize as he spoke to you was he kept essentially speaking about this story, and it was Frey and Yngve. And it was confusing as you thought these were 2 people, and then he finally mentions that he apologized for the jump around. He says he's concerned because those are both the same person. They are 2 names for the same god.
He's just a really bad storyteller.
Did you give me any further information about said god that you...
From what he told you, Frey was a... yeah, we can go through that. Hold on. Frey is hailed as a god of fertility. He is also a god of prosperity and peace, and general, frivolity. He is known as, generally, the ideal of is, he is known as the Merry King. He was, from what you gather from the stories, he was never shy of his appetites for the joys life has to offer. as you know, for life in his eyes, it was like life was fleeting and meant to be enjoyed. If I wasn't meant to enjoy this, it wouldn't be there. You know that he gathered a rather large, through this, belief and through his own charisma and mannerisms, he gathered a rather large group of followers. You're also aware he was the twin brother to the goddess Freya, and is also believed to have perished fighting Surtur at Ragnarok. Surtur being the fire giant, like the lord of Muspelheim, of the fire giants.
Dope guy.
Quite literally the god of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Like,
Yeah, much.
Oh, I was talking about Surtur, but yeah.
oh yes, Surtur is just big angry man.
Great for lighting forges. Wish we still had him just going around lighting stuff for us.
So, back many years ago, Vali used to tell tales of many, many things. And I briefly pass on what Dragon just said, specifically focusing on the point that Frey and Ingve are the same person to the rest of the group.
So the Death Scream are trying to find the Song of Frey. Is essentially what they're trying to find. Because Durag is a song, right?
A dirge
Dirge.
a dirge is quite
Dirge is a song.
is very usually, most commonly, it is like a funeral song. Like it is the song you would play at someone's funeral.
So is it not just, is it the person who sings it as well as the song itself?
What if it's the last words or song that Ingve sung?
Perhaps.
He died fighting Surtur. He's the god of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. He might have gone out belting out an absolute banger. And they're just trying to find these lyrics. Maybe he wrote it down. Maybe it's an echo in a cave where the echo never stops.
Whatever it is, it probably holds a mass amount of power because they want it and they're willing to go through committing major acts of violence to get it. What they do with it, I shudder to think.
And what would you do with the last words of a god?
Erase it like it should.
Oh. Right on.
Strong words.
I hold no love for the gods.
Eh. I like steel and metals.
The words of a god can hold great power, though. I'm sure we're all aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
And if these are indeed the last words,
That's just a theory.
Or if that is what they were, perhaps that holds something greater.
Here's the fascinating thing about all that, though. It doesn't actually matter if it does or not. If they're killing a gazillion people along the way while they're trying to search for this thing, it's still killing a gazillion people while they do it. So they could be re-raising a god, or they could not be re-raising a god, or they could be trying for immortality. What their actual, why they want to do this, sing this song, is actually, in some ways, they are taking steps to do this.
And we're taking steps against them? What are we doing here?
Well, I don't know. What's that god's name again? Who
Ingve.
owns our city?
Ingve.
No, who runs our city?
Bragi.
Well, does Bragi care that there's a cult of Freya running around doing some shit?
We can ask.
Does it have ramifications?
I doubt he'd give us much to go on.
I mean, I've got a free weekend, so if we want to go kill a cult,
What I'm more interested in is if why is a death cult looking for a musician, and especially to ask about their great grandfather? That family knows something.
how long ago was Ragnarok again?
About 500 years ago.
And what species was the musician?
Elven.
Well, that checks out.
So his great grandfather, the voice in my head's just doing math. His great grandfather could have easily been around during Ragnarok and heard the song, and it may have been passed down through his family. And then maybe they're using the grandson because the grandson might have a clue.
Or at least he might know where it is or how it's done. Done anything, probably. That's that he was their only lead.
Family of elven musicians might get their talent from hearing or adapting the last words of a dying god of sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Could also explain his acclaim to fame, but he was a pretty alright musician.
Yeah, he's average.
Where was Anor from again?
From Iliaborg.
I hate to say it, but Iliaborg seems like the only place that actually holds any answers for us.
Road trip?
Now, I'm not saying that.
I'm happy to take you out. It's my territory.
Well, some of us just can't leave on a drop of a hat.
Well, at this point, it looks like it's us standing against whatever's out there. No one else really seems to be doing much. And I don't think many people really know what's going on. So it's either we pick up arms or do something, or we just leave it to someone else and watch more people die, yeah?
But why would they go back to, like, they were exiled from Iliaborg. That's not their current home base.
That is
right now.
true.
So, where they be hanging out?
That's true.
Or
Where
do
would
they
it-
need to go to Iliaborg to do something to do with some revenge on the Spark or something? But
Well, the spark.
are they mad that the elves have swayed away from the old gods and are now, well, those elves, particular elves, more worshipping the Spark than they are?
Maybe. I guess we'll have to torture a few of them and find out.
I was more thinking of researching into the of Anor's family. See if we can find that the same information they're trying to find.
We could start with that.
Yeah. We can ask if there's any information, but like, his family's famous, but I don't think they're famous. You know, they might just have a family tree. But we can give it a try.
Family tree sounds like a good place to start. Start at least to identify who they could be trying to find, or at least records of whatever they might have known.
Quite possibly.
And as much as I hate to admit, Ulf is right. Whatever this thing is, it's already attacked our home. Like, twice. If we leave it unchecked, it could come back and create more problems.
So, like, we were going to wait a few days, or we're going to pack up our stuff and leave tomorrow.
I think we need to figure out a solid plan, but we can try to do some investigation here on Anos' family, potentially the dirge of Freya, whatever his name is. and try and figure out as much as we can here before we set out to depart. And of course, I'd need to make preparations here as well. Close up the clinic. Let Secret know I'm leaving. See if I can get connections outside of the city.
Yeah,
Devon?
yeah. I'll have to do that too. I'll have to talk to people and let them know I'm leaving.
I feel like there's a lot of overthinking going on when there's a lot at stake right now. We don't know when they're going to attack again. We don't know when their next move is going to be. And coming from my background here, not someone from this city, you let them get one step ahead and you fall 10 behind.
But we don't even know if they're going to do anything else in our city or if they've got that they're wanted and they're leaving.
It's true.
But are we
Like,
going to
the
let
question-
them run around and kill people like you said?
I think moving on and getting information outside of this city could bring something for us. What other leads do we have here right now?
Everything points to Ilya Borg. The merchant kid was from Ilya Borg. Anor's from Ilya Borg.
Okay, well,
There's a cult
who was-
from Ilya Borg.
who was the boy's handler for here? Who could have information on him and his family? You could have a contact right here first, and then go and get further information. It's easier to access, and so you can make a further plan.
Does he have a manager?
It would be likely that he would have a handler of some kind, or that
Bragi.
our love Bragi had someone go at him.
Yes.
Bragi didn't go, "Hey man, I've just appeared in your house. Come down to my city and hang out."
Well, yeah,
Um,
we don't know that. He could have.
He was his prize boy.
Well, his prize boy just got stolen, so maybe we go talk to one of Bragi's representatives and say, "Hey, we've got some information on what's going on. Could you give some more information? We'll try and fetch your prize boy."
Right, we'll take 2 days to do that all. Do
As
some
you,
research.
As you were chatting, discussing this, there's a sort of movement off to the side as from like the edge of one of the end of one of these bookshelves, the librarian comes around the corner and she's staring. She's like, "Did you require any assistance?"
Yeah, do you have the family tree for... I forgot his name.
Anor Gunderson.
That's the one.
I mean, I don't think we have his family tree per se. We have information on his ancestors, obviously, but
Perfect.
And this is exactly what we need.
of course. Well, at least one of them. One moment, please. She wanders down again, comes back with hands over a book that literally just states the as it puts it, like the tragedy of Gundi Agneson.
Gundi Aggerson.
That's a good sign, the way that it's called, the tragedy.
Maybe it's a love tragedy, not really a tragedy.
Oh, no. Apologies. If we are not worried about spoilers in this manner, the tragedy refers to the fact that he is one of the greatest musicians of our time who did not get to know his own legend.
What made him so great, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, his music is enlightening. It's beautiful. It's wondrous. His grandson is testament to that. From what I understand, a lot of his Arnor's music is based on Gundi's work. He forsake his father's name in forsake of his grandfather's. But he existed in a time before such things were properly appreciated. They were. He lived only a short time before Ragnarok began, and no one really knows what happened to him once once Ragnarok, once the smoke cleared, as they might say.
What's his most famous song, darling?
Oh, his most favorite song, I believe, is one that was played the other night. It is the pain of star-crossed love. It is believed to be a tale of regarding Njord and Skadi, who of course had their wondrous marriage affair that did not last due to differences in taste. But it was said that he was working on something, one of the greatest. It was meant to be a great piece before Ragnarok, and he never got to perform it. But
where's the family? Does the family have like a place that they're normally located that he lived?
That was the odd thing. They lived in the Junction, which was not known even for a world that was not really appreciative of the arts. Was not. It's very specifically not a place known for art.
Has the family continued to live there, or still have any links there? Do we know?
No one lives there.
Where's this junction? Sorry? Not too familiar.
She sort of tries to figure out sort of seems to be contemplating her next few words, and he goes, approximately about 50 feet that way.
Do we know where the family lives currently?
Oh, Iliaborg. Arnor and his estate is within Iliaborg. But from what I understand, the last, if I'm remembering the text correctly, the last known location of Gundi Agnesson was the Junction.
Do you have the history of the Junction anywhere?
Oh, yes, of course. Turns around wanders down. It's like, you have to excuse its singular accounts and hearsay, but
We'll take whatever you can provide.
Anecdotal descriptions.
It's word of mouth stuff, but she wanders back with a small leather bound book. And
Eric just opens both of them and just starts simultaneously reading.
Cool. As you start over that, I will say you the one of Agni Gunderson pretty much confirms what the librarian has just said. Everything seems to be was staying in the Junction. Living in the Junction was more or less performing in small theaters within, even just taverns or pubs within the Junction. Reading over the history of the Junction one, it paints a picture of a place that was more or less a refinery, half refinery, half it was a workhouse. They essentially, as far as you can tell, they made bullets and they made fuel. And it was pretty much the only place you could get either of those things in, at least outside of the Dwarven realms. Goes on to state that it was destroyed, more or less, as they describe it, Naglfar, the great ship of Hel and Angerboda and Loki, basically the great ship of the dead crashed into it. And at which point, essentially, Njord split the continent with the river that is now Ormuna, and pretty much the majority of the city was sunk. The rest of the city that remained was then essentially cannibalized to create Varthamigala. So, yeah.
Are there caverns under the city or anything like that?
I mean, there's definitely sewers because
Ada smiles heavily at her lovely friend. Do we have catacombs or caverns under the city, darling, or any maps of anything like that that go approximately 50 feet underground?
Oh, I don't believe so.
I love it when your brain works like that. It just makes me so happy.
Behave.
I don't think she can.
No, she can't. But it's always fun to remind her. Not that I am aware of, but the city has its share of secrets, if you know where to look for them.
Ada turns to Eric and smiles and goes, I think I know someone who may be able to help us with that question.
Yes, I believe we do.
Awesome. So, with this new knowledge and a new outlook on the quest ahead, that is where we are going to end tonight's session. Apologies,
Yeah.
a little bit over time, but yes, thank you all very much for watching. Just a reminder, if you are watching this on YouTube, that we do stream on Twitch every second Thursday at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, come on down, check it out, and don't forget to check out our wonderful players as well on all of their socials, because they also do really cool TTRPG-based stuff. And we will see you all next Thursday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, cool. But yes, thank you all very much for hanging out. We are probably going to raid pretty quickly because a lot of us have to nick off. But yeah, hope you are all enjoying the story so far. I certainly am.
We're going underground.
Really
So
enjoying
much
it.
lore. And
Are we going
stuff.
underground or are we going to a new city?
Fun fact-
Honestly, underground sounds pretty good,
That's
but
to a
am.
new city.
Eric's gonna hate it, but I do think as a player, I'm like, Bragi sounds like a pretty good guy. He's the guy of also a guy from music and the arts. And he's fairly close to Anor. He might know something because I'm fairly certain he was also alive during the Ragnarok, so he may know something.
Or he's the bad guy who's kept this cult alive this entire time as his little puppet organization, and he wants to find the last words of Inve to give himself more power because it's poetry and music and he loves that.
Perhaps Eric would probably think that. Absolutely.
Alright.
Yeah, the gods are evil.
Yeah, ungrateful gods suck.
I really love the fact that I have run this game for quite a few times, run games in this world quite a few times out. Every time there's been at least one or two people who've been like, fuck the gods, fuck them all. And suddenly I'm like, I really need to start bringing in ways that humans have ascended to godhood, because it's essentially
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the other kind of fuck the gods.
yeah.
Oh, see,
Ada,
we're all going with the way
behave.
Ada is.
Ada, down.
Cool. Well, we are going to raid into Blupino.
Ooh.
But yeah. Thank you all very much for playing. I'm really glad that we're all enjoying this. And the moment you guys were like, "Hey, we're going to Iliaborg," I'm like, "Oh dear."
Oh dear. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Where else can we go? Because
Yeah.
I was thinking in my head, if we go there and that's not where we're supposed to be,
this is gonna suck.
it's going to be the biggest waste of time for the DM.
It
It's like,
is.
how's he going to circumvent
No.
this?
Yeah, I
It
was
is.
just
It
like,
is.
You make things with it.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
generally a little behind the curtain
Go sit
thing
down.
here. It is that idea that if you were to turn around and be like, "Hey, we're gonna go to Iliaborg," if that's the thing that you've come to,
Okay, they stay in the box.
that kind of becomes where the adventure goes. It is, that is a thing. So
Yeah.
there is absolutely no way I'm gonna turn around and be like, unless it's a very specific thing, there is no way I'm gonna be like, yeah, you get to Iliaborg and everything's fine. There's no problem at all. Everyone's dancing in the streets and it's all flowers and hippie shit. And then you get back to Vartengata and everything's on fire.
Just like, oh,
yeah.
we were gone for like 5 minutes.
We all just say nope. We jump on a ship and we leave.
That's
Anyway,
usually the thing. I'm just like, well, this sucks.
we're gonna raid into
And then
Blipino.
Ada sinks the boat. And is
Oh
like,
yeah, and we
"Sorry."
leveled up.
You did. Yes, they all leveled at the start of the session. I forgot to mention. But yeah, good times.
found
Ada,
the
don't
most annoying
sacrifice us,
spell.
please.
Flash of trees.
To the sea, to my queen.
No.
Turan.
See,
A
this
huge.
one god sucks.
I will say a huge thank you. I didn't see if there were any like follows or raids or anything like follows or subs
There
or anything
was.
like that. I did see there was a raid, dude. Nothing. Thank you very much for the raid. If you're still here, appreciate you, buddy. But yes, we're gonna raid into Blipino. We need to run off because it is definitely past bedtime.
Yes.
And we will see you. Well, I will see you at some point next week. We will all see you in 2 weeks. Catch you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Who can Ada with Flirt Underground?
Oh,
With
God.
Flirt
Hey
Underground.
everybody, hope you enjoyed the
With
stream. We're going to raid in just a minute,
Who
but
can
first I
aid-
want to thank you all for watching. I really love bringing you all high quality content on my journey in creating the world of Himgard, and it is your support that allows me to keep doing that. So if you'd like to support the Heavy Metal Game Master, here are 3 quick ways that you can help out. 1. Subscribe to my Twitch, YouTube, and Ko-fi. Over on Ko-fi, you can find a number of tiers for subscription, all heavy metal themed of course, where you can snag yourself some exclusive perks from yours